was not expecting this reaction to this Instagram and TikTok video that I posted detailing all the hair colors that I hated and will not be trying again regarding one specific hair color. You guys made it abundantly clear that this is a hair color that I should not diss before trying one last time. Because you guys actually tend to give really good hair advice, I want to see if there's any love left for this color within me, so I'm going to be trying it once again today because I'm determined to fall in love with this hair color. Let's get into the video. Now, when I made that video saying that I dislike purple, this color is actually what I was really referencing, and I should have made that much more clear. Because in reality, there is actually one select color of purple that I love on hair that I've been dying to recreate on my hair.
The color. Today we're going to dye our hair 2 shades darker than it already is. Schwarzkopf Igora dyes. I think it looks insane and fresh and cool and amazing.
That hair color is the hair color of my dreams, and it is rightfully so that it went so viral back when I posted it almost 5 years ago. Let's recreate it today. I'm sorry I frightened you. Last video where I was applying this blue dye, the dye started out brown, and it took so many of you by surprise because you guys were completely unhinged at the fact that I was applying a seemingly brown dye on my hair only for it to turn out vivid blue. I wanted to show you kind of how that color progressed. Like, it has been quite a few weeks now since I've dyed it, and this color remains one of the nicest color fade outs ever, especially at the fact that under here there's copper and the blue is so intensely blue, like it remained kind of this very ashy color, nowhere near seaweed, which is what you'd expect, making this one of my absolute favorite dyes that Schwarzkopf has ever released. But I'm still very curious how this is going to look on top of it. Obviously, because I still have this strip of dye right at the top here, I don't want to touch it. I have other plans for this strip. Hello, this is post Stella coming in to tell you guys, when you still haven't touched dye to your head, to apply barrier cream, because I forgot. I'm a genius and I forgot barrier cream. Put barrier cream. I am so curious to see how this is going to oxidize. So far, it's giving strawberry yogurt. I know it seems very casual how I apply my hair dye and how often I do it. Do please remember these things are chemicals and they come with instructions. Specifically, keep away from eyes. Don't let this get in your eyes, guys. This is actually dangerous if used incorrectly, obviously. I should be fine though. Okay. Sometimes I lay awake at night, considering the fact that I probably didn't have as much influence on the hair dyeing world and about the DIY world as much as I think, because I keep getting tagged in at-home hair dyeing videos, and each time I die a bit inside because I see that the individuals in the video are typically not using a brush and bowl to dye their hair. And it is one of the reasons I actually don't tend to watch too many hair dyeing videos of people dyeing their hair at home, because I see that they just go in with their bare hands and apply the dye like it's pudding or gel that they are putting onto the hair. And it's one of the reasons that I think hairstylists tend not to enjoy when people come in with self-dyed hair dye, and the reason for it is because it tends to be a tiny bit patchy. And I experienced this when I used to be a stylist in a salon, and people came in with black box dye, they have blonde underneath, and there's just so much patchiness, and this patchiness tends to come when you don't use a brush, you don't section properly, and you're just applying the dye haphazardly. Today I'm going to be teaching you how easy it is to use a bowl and the brush the right way. This is the hairstylist's way. It is the true and true method that is taught in almost every single cosmetology school. It was the first thing that was taught to me, and it is one thing that I will take this with me to the grave. I will never not dye my hair without a bowl and a brush. Step one, clean your brush, right? I tend to be a messy stylist, but it's always easier to have it. And if your bowl has a lip, it's easier because you just pick up the product like that, right? That's all you need. Then you're going to use the tail of your brush. The skinnier, the better. And you're going to take a 1/2 centimeter or 1/4 inch section straight backwards as far as the eye can see. So we're going to then pull this out, and we're going to lightly kind of create a gap in the hair, pull that aside, and now we've got a very clean section. We're going to take that dye and apply it mostly on the new hair and then very lightly on this hair. Because I have this section that I don't want to get dye onto, I'm being very careful, but normally you can fully fold this over. And you can see in my other videos I did that. Sometimes people ask me why I don't go just apply the dyes all over my hair, and why I go and focus on the roots so much. And that is also something that is taught straight up in cosmetology. And that is because the roots are always thicker. Your hair is always going to be thickest at your roots, meaning if you're going to work from your ends upwards, you're most likely going to get dye all over your ends, but you're going to miss areas in the roots. If you get this part first, because it's also the most visible part and the first thing people see and judge on how good your hair is the most important for you to nail this. Pick up a new one, separate it, apply the dye. Always taking very narrow sections. That's literally it. So our first 2 front quadrants are done. Now I'm going to show you how to do the back. That is why people go in with their bare hands, because they're like, but how am I going to do the back? I'm going to show you. You don't even need any mirrors. You're going to do this all through hand maneuvering and touch. First thing we're going to do is our hairline. So we're going to get behind the ear, the nape, and up the other ear. Push all the hair to one side, right? And we're going to take our brush and we're going to feel where it is. Don't worry, you can get it on your skin. I'll show you a trick to then remove it. Ideally, barrier cream that part through. So we're applying and we're securing this first. We're gonna do the other side. And now we're gonna do the nape. Nape is the easiest because you just lift and apply. This is where using a wide brush is gonna come in and save you, but you can still do this with a smaller brush. It'll just take you more process. Load the dye, take back of your brush, and you're going to use both hands in coordination. You're gonna feel with one hand, line it up, and then go above the finger, right? So I've just separated my first section and apply it, and I'm feeling the cold dye on my skin. That is how I know I'm applying in the right area. If you're not feeling the cold dye on your scalp, you are not applying on your section. We're gonna repeat this. Above the finger, across, lift. Once I get to this point, I like to separate my hair into 2 because it makes things easier. And I'm going to apply a strip of dye down the center parting. And now I'm actually going to be using my fingers to separate here. Again, I can feel that the last parting was here. I'm going about 1 centimeter above, separate. Repeat. It is looking pretty. Now it's time for us to do the ends. When you do your ends, unless your hair is extremely thick, you can take slightly thicker sections because there's genuinely less hair. The further down the hair shaft you go, the less dense it's going to be. Please brush the strands out when you're applying the dye. This ensures that the dye is being worked down the hair shaft, but also worked through every single hair. If you're applying hair dye like this, you're just going to create a bit of a tangle and you're not ensuring that the dye is getting everywhere. So just do this, and if you want to really work it in, take a brush, take a comb, and really brush through the dye. Now, of course, we can't leave this front section as is because it's quite faded and it would kind of ruin the reveal. So I am going to attempt to color it kind of red. Now, in my last video where I dyed my hair outdoors, I didn't reveal to you what exactly I was doing. because what I was doing was sampling my own dyes. I'm currently working on my own hair dye line, taking everything that I have learned from being in the hair industry for so long to create my own custom color line of the best permanent and semi-permanent dyes. In that video, I sampled 3 different hair dyes. I wasn't too satisfied with it. You can go ahead and watch that video to find out why I wasn't and what the end results were. Today, I'm going to be sampling a new dye after going back to the supplier and telling them what I did and did not like. And today, I'm trying out the new and improved formula. You guys, I don't want to spoil or reveal too much, but I mean, let's see how it works on hair that is this dark. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm going to stain my scalp so much, but one of the guidelines that I provided to my suppliers was make this the most staining, powerful dye agent they have ever created. So let's figure out if they followed my instructions or not. So it's also one of the few times I'm actually combining permanent and semi-permanent dye on my head. Everything is looking really good so far, but my only choice right now is to let this sit, process, and I'm gonna wash it off, and then we're going to see how these both look together, separately, and what the final outcome is going to be. I'm excited. Let's get into it. Okay, what? I don't know why I'm acting surprised. I knew exactly what I was mixing up, but it's still so cool when something from your brain happens in real life. Before I get into styling it, because I have a really fun look both for hair and for makeup plan, I want to just really quickly dissect both aspects of this hair transformation. The first is very obviously this part of my hair, which when I first washed it off, I was like, oh my God, I accidentally dyed my hair black. It was only when I washed it out that I remembered that this is exactly why I love this color so much. In very dark lighting or even in like shadows or anything of the sort, the color reads as black or else a very dark brown. It is only when you introduce light into it that you can truly start to see the kind of purple shift, especially towards the ends. This is why this color tends to be one of the only colors of purple that I love so much. It's because it is so deep, so gem-like, and so vampiric that I cannot help but absolutely love it. The minute I washed it off, I was also like, okay, this video is going to be coming very soon on my channel. My name is Stella, and today I'm going to bleach my hair. If you have black hair, please don't make blonde your end goal. Chances are that's not gonna happen. In any cases, very excited for the process in its entirety. It is more when we come to this section that I was absolutely blown away. So as I mentioned earlier in the video, I'm currently going through the sampling process because I intend to come out with my own line of dyes. This is something that I've been wanting to do for many years, basically since I started my career, and now is the process where I'm like sampling. And I wish to genuinely share some of the process of that with you, especially the kind of trial and error until we get the perfect formula. This is one of the dyes that I sampled yesterday. This color was like raw. This is like straight out of the tube. I didn't mix it with anything specifically because I want to keep it as natural and unbiased as possible. As you could see, the base that I had on before is much duller, lighter. It's not giving anything. So this was the perfect base for me to be able to then see the color shift. I knew I liked the formula even before I applied it to my hair, but seeing how the color deposited and how the hair is so full of shine, pigment, and vibrance made me think we might be onto something very amazing. Straight up, I can see that this is giving permanent color. What I mean by that is it's not giving patchy, unblended. It is just giving solid color through and through. Like this could be Schwarzkopf's 699 so effectively. Like literally it is giving permanent dye, but the best part is it wasn't permanent color. It was semi-permanent, meaning that you could apply this literally without having to mix anything, leave it on for 30 minutes. That's literally all I gave it, and I have this insane vibrance of a color. The second thing that immediately like stood out to me was the shine that it gave. Obviously the rest of the hair hair has the shine as well. But with semi-permanent, I'm always a bit more interested in it because it's a conditioner-based product, and this is no different. One of the things that I specified in my product info sheet, which is what you provide to suppliers so that they can start to create a formula for you, is what you want the product to deliver. In my case, I didn't only mention like intense pigment. I also wanted longevity as the second factor, and health and shine, obviously, in no real priority. I kind of wanted all of them to be present equally. This is my hair air dried. I mean, look at this. I thought I'd mention it before I get right into the styling portion of this video because it made me so fucking happy. I do have two really cool features that I want to share with this next hairstyling look, so I want to get into them and take you along for the process with me. I'm so excited, and I'm especially excited to see if I can fall in love with purple once and for all. Let's get into it. So far, Betty Boop and Grandma. I anticipated this. I just realized I should have told you guys. Before I go ahead and style the hair, I actually want to go ahead and let these cool off, meaning it is time for me to do my makeup. This is Revolution XX. They make the best primers, and they're the cheapest. I'm a very big believer of using something until it's completely clean of product before I buy something new. This is Dior. Turns out I was going for full coverage because there is not a single pigment, mole, or pore that is showing through this foundation. If you haven't already guessed, I like to color coordinate all of my looks cohesively. So we're doing purple everything. That is actually really pretty. This is ColourPop Cupid's Bow. Kaleidos Space Age Gifted highlighter. And now I'm gonna bring out a relic, because tell me who of you remembers this bloody palette. Does Morphe still exist? I feel like they exist, but they filed for bankruptcy. This palette came out maybe 2015. The fact that I have this, the fact that I use this, but it has hands down the best eyebrow shades ever. Clearly, and because we're going purple today, it is perfect. I'm sorry, this is the most comical look I've ever done because I'm giving grandma, right? Like the pins, the haircut, almost the color is giving grandma, right? But then the makeup is giving 2016. Comical, but I think it's really good. It's okay, guys, somehow I will pull it together. I feel like it's not a Stella look without some eyeliner, but some weird eyeliner. So decided to go a tiny bit chaotic on the eyes, so keeping it simple on the lips. I want to put on some lashes, finish off the look, and then get into the hair. Makeup is done, styling is done. Now it's just time to finish off the hair. Gizu hair oil. I think I need to change the shirt so that it's more popping, so I'm gonna go do that. Did we do it? My god, oh my god. Yeah, I think purple could work. In the right setting, with the right styling and the right shade of purple, I think it's cute. I love this. I love the fact that it's not in your face. You might not even get told anything if you do this, let's say for work or anything of the sort, or even school, because it is so like dark, it's deep, it's not immediately in your face, but it's there. If you look hard enough, you can't call this black, you can't call this brown. It is there. It's slightly purple. Making this such a beautiful rendition of a color that I typically hate. I loathe the Barney purple, but this one, it's like blueberry but not quite, blackberry but not quite. It's stunning. In combination with then this beautiful, almost like wine colored red berry, sort of a lighter rendition and a warmer rendition of this, it is heaven. It is just the right type of like spice. And the two together, to me, is just a match made in heaven. It's giving female bird. You know, where like a bird comes up and it's like... Alright, you guys convinced me. Certain colors of purple, fuck it, they look great. All of the products that I used, minus this sample, is going to be linked down below. The sample will launch, I don't know when. There's still many things to perfect, but I thought I'd share this kind of a tidbit, a testing period with you guys just so you get a bit of an idea of what it's like. Spoiler, it's very fun. All of the products are going to be linked down description box below, and I'm also going to be linking all of the inspo videos that I've created previously in the past down below, so you can watch them if you want a more in-depth look of what this color looks like on longer hair. As always, if you enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button, join the Stella fam, let's learn a thing or two together. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you give it a go, and I will see you in my next video. Bye babies, I love you.